old. Yeah. Good, how are you? Brainerd BM AA versus Alexandria at the VFW Tournament here in Moorhead. Second game of the tournament for Brainerd, and I imagine the same for Alexandria. Got Featherston out on center, Roush and Norris on wing. Brainerd offsides as they enter the Alexandria zone. Hoff and Reed back on D. Puck in the Brainerd zone, picked up by Reed. Over to Hoff. Hoff up to Norris. Neutral zone, Norris. And on the left side, Opcheck taking off the stick. Alexandria back the other way. Shipped back out to neutral zone by Lee. Alexandria dumps it in. Velasco out there now. Up to Brooks. Brooks uses the puck up to Henson, center ice, Henson, over to Brooks, and Brainerd offsides. Bloom on the faceoff. Brooks and Henson with Velasco and Lee. Velasco dumps it in. Henson on the wall, dumps it back in. Bloom tries to center it, hits a skate. Chipped down low by Velasco. Henson in the corner. Bloom stolen off his stick. Out to Lee at the point. Lee steps up. It's tied up, but gets a shot off. Deflected up into the netting. There. 13:23 left in the first. Lick on the face-off. Leary and Gaken out on wing. Potvin and Hoff on D. tied up. Puck pops out to neutral zone. Hoff cuts him off. Poke check by Hoff. Picked back up by Alexandria, but they're offsides. Face off outside the Brainerd zone. Potman over to Hoff. Hoff up to Leary. Leary. Shots deflected down low. Lick digs it out. Tied up in the corner. Back to Leary. Picked up by Alexandria. He sends it up the near wall. Kept in by Potvin. He dumps it in deep. Aiken to Lick. Lick out front to Leary. Intercepted. Loose puck in the slot. Alexandria clears it out. Reed hustles back. Shot on goal. Rebound pops out. Reed ties him up. Ooh. And Featherson just laid out an Alexandria player. Pass out front. Intercepted by Reed. Up to Featherson. Featherson passes to the linesman and puck down low. Oop. Almost a breakaway there. Nice poke by Velasco. Steal that puck away. Norris off the middle. In on the right side. Dumps it in. Roush there in the left corner. Up to Featherson on the wall. Out to Reed. Reed geeks. Shot. Blocker save. Rebound into the corner. Coming out strong this morning. Velasco with it. Over to Reed. Reed up the middle to Roush. Roush gets to Norris. Norris dumps it in. Reed in after it. Find it up in the corner. Alexandria out into the neutral zone. Can't get past Lee. Picked up by Potvin. Chips it out to neutral zone. Bloom races after it. And Alexandria sends it all the way down ice. That's going to be an icing on Alexandria. 10:54 left in the first period. Bloom on the face-off. Out to Lee. Lee has to settle the puck, sends it over to the far wall, or the near side wall. Alexandria clears it out. Dump it into the Brainerd zone. Potvin in after it. Potvin picks it up. Up to Henson, out of his reach. Kept in by Alexandria. Henson to Lee. Lee over to Potvin. Potvin up to Books. Books up to Henson. Henson in the neutral zone, in on the left side, poked off his stick as he crosses the blue line and turned over to Alexandria. Alexandria, center ice. Put off by Potvin. Green scoops up the wall. Alexandria sends it down low again. Out to their right D, over to the left. Shot on goal, saved by Van Winkelen. And the net came off, so they whistled it dead. 9:55 left. Lick. To Reed. Aiken sends it out to center ice to Leary. Poked off his stick. Turned over to Alexandria. Turned back out. And they chipped it down ice. That could be an icing. Blake on the face-off again. Centered. Gakin tips it up the wall. Leary tries to backhand it, but didn't get anything on it. Turned over to Alexandria. Reed forces him onto the wall to Lick. Lick looking for someone to pass to. He gets tied up in the Brainerd zone. It's chipped out by Reed. Alexandria with the puck. Lick pushing him in the neutral zone. Reed up to Norris, back to Reed. Reed in on the left side, drops to Norris, to Roush. Roush sends it down along the wall, turns it over to Alexandria. And they clear it out to neutral zone. Reed, center ice, side steps. And dumps it in. Alexandria at the neutral zone. Tip, last was there. Reed in the corner, over to Velasco in the Brainerd zone. Velasco back to Reed. Reed to Norris, it's intercepted. Alexandria forced to dump it in. No play. Velasco picking up speed into the neutral zone. And on the right side, all the way down low now. There's a tough angle shot. Rebound comes out to Norris at the point. He dumps it back in deep. Roush on the wall, far side of the Alexandria zone. Trying to get it over to Featherston. Featherston poked off his stick. Come on, guys, pressure him. Alexandria all the way out to neutral zone. Velasco intercepts. To Featherston center ice. Tips off his stick. Turned over to Alexandria. Brooks pressuring him. Pops out to neutral zone. Bloom picks it up, poked off his stick. Alexandria in. Shot on goal pad, saved by Van Weingren. Rebound over to the far wall. And swept out to neutral zone. Alexandria dumps it in. Popman picks it up down low. Spins back the other way to Lee. Up to Henson. Henson. Bloom knocked off the puck, turned over to Alexandria, kept in by Bloom with it, Henson down low to Henson, through his skates into the corner, Alexandria with it, up to move his own Popman, cuts him off the red line, and managed to dump it in deep. Hoff picks it up in the Brainerd zone. Out to Books, center ice. Missed pass. Turned over to Alexandria. Managed to clear out the neutral zone. Loose puck picked up by Leary. Leary fans on it, but manages to get enough to get it across the blue line. They're picked up by Alexandria. Here they come up the left side. Gakin races over, cuts him off short. Spin back. Intercepted by Leary. Leary to Gakin. Gakin up the middle. Shot hits a shin pad into the left corner. Leary tries to pick it up. Alexandria maintains control. Out to neutral zone. Cut off by Reed. Loose puck picked up by Alexandria. The head towards the net. Shot high and wide. Rebound comes all the way out to neutral zone. That's that Alexandria on the right side. They're offsides. Drop pass came back across the blue line. 5:28 left in the first. No scores. Featherston, Norris, Roush with Hoff and Lee. Alexandria dumps it. Lee in after it. Lee sends it back the other way. Hoff picks it up. Hoff sends it up the boards to Roush. Roush kicks it forward to Featherston, trying to get the puck. And this puck trickles into the hands of Alexandria. lot. Not able to get anything passed off as Norris ties him up. Delayed penalty coming up on Alexandria as they took a shot to Norris' face, and we get a penalty for that. Norris has to send it out to the point. Roughing penalty coming up on Alexandria. So Brainerd on the power play. 4:42 left in the first. With a 2-minute power play. Go, boys. Blick, Bloom, Leary, Featherston, and Velasco coming out on the power play. Alexandria wins the face-off. And they send it down ice. So it's going to be an icing. Featherston out to Velasco, over to Leary, back to Velasco, nice slot, shot on goal, rebound popped out and cleared out by Alexandria on goal, so no icing. Velasco picks it up in the Brainerd zone, 1:30 left in the power play. Velasco in on the right side, Brainerd offside, so he's in with his own. Nope. Interference penalty coming up on Lick. There goes the power play. 4-on-4 for a minute 23, and then Alexandria have a 37-second power play. Norris on the face-off. Alexandria wins a face-off, shot from the left D, goes wide, checked down by Norris, loose puck in the left corner. Norris to Lee, back to Norris. Norris stopped on the wall. Alexandria dumps it down low. Reed up to Roush. Now Roush pokes it forward into the neutral zone. Roush gets some room. Gets it to the... Oh, nice! Oh, what a nice pass. Nice play, Roush. Managed to get it through traffic and over to Norris, but saved by Alexandria goalie. Alex dumps it in. Reed picks it up to Roush again. Roush into the neutral zone, dumps it to Reed, but it's tipped away, and Alexandria heads it back in. On the right side, cut off by Lee. Picked up by Reed. Reed. And on the right side, there's the puck turned over to Alexandria. Alexandria pressured by Reed down low. No, by Bloom, sorry. Bloom pressuring. Alexandria clears it out to neutral. They lose the puck at the blue line and offside. It's tipped back across the blue line by Featherston. Brainerd on the penalty kill here now. 32 seconds left in the PK for Brainerd. Bloom over to the wall. Dumped in by Alexandria. Picked up by Potvin. Potvin sends it out. Alexandria in on the left side. Cut off by Potvin. Puts it back out. Bloom pressuring Alexandria deep into their own zone. He managed to clear it out. All the way into Brainerd zone. Hoff there to retrieve it. Sends it up the wall. Nobody there. Kept in by Alex. Alexandria steps up, looking for a shot. Shot on goal, blocker save by both teams back to full strength. Featherson, center ice, one-on-one, cuts towards the net, sends it through the slot, just out of Lick's reach. Out to the point, Hoff keeps it in, sends it down behind the net. Lick pressuring down low. Gaken, able to get the stick on it. Alexandria, center ice, and on the right side, they dump it in. Picked up by Lee. Lee to Gaken, off his stick, moves in the neutral zone. Dumped in by Lick. Lee, shot, blocked. Rebound into the left corner. Gaken with it. Sends it down low. Leary sends it back behind the net for Gaken. Gaken out, sends it out front. Lick misses that pass and turned over to Alexandria. Cut off by Lee as they enter the Brainerd zone on the left side. Drop pass. Shot goes wide into the right corner. Velasco. Cross zone. Leary. Alexandria dumps it in down low again. Velasco with it. Out to Leary, center ice. Leary circles, backhands it across the blue line, turns it over to Alexandria. And they send it back down low in the Brainerd zone. Off to Henson on the far side. Off his stick, turned over to Alexandria. They dump it back in. Reed. To Brooks. And this pass turned over to Alexandria again. Pressured by Bloom. And that's the buzzer. End of first period, no score. Start of the second period, Bloom, Henson, Books with Potman and Hoff. Alexandria off the face-off. Henson stopping short of the blue line, sends it up to Bloom, hooked off his stick and into the Brainerd zone. Books sends it back out to neutral zone. Alexandria with it, Bloom pressuring down low. Nice pressure from Bloom. Alexandria out to center ice. Henson with a poke. Check from Bloom. Alexandria sends it up the wall. Off down low, up to Henson on the boards. He's checked off the puck. Picked up by Bloom. Bloom hits down ice. Poked off his stick. off. Over to Potman. Potman up the wall and out of play for a whistle. Face off in the Brainerd zone. Larry Gakin with Reed and Velasco. Reed pokes forward into the neutral zone. 3-on-1. One defender trailing. Reed spins away. Jumps into the slot. Gakin tied right up there. Larry almost gets something on it. Sends it over to the near side wall. Lick dumps it down low. Lick tying it up in the corner. Leary, centering pass, picked up by Alexandria. Alexandria out to neutral zone in on the right side. Reed cuts him off. They have to spin away over to the left D. He's got some room. Shot. Oh, hits a post. I thought that was in. And rebound picked up by Velasco. Velasco out to neutral zone. Shot on goal. Pad save. Blocker save. Into the left corner. Lick and Norris are there. Lick sends it behind the net. Turns it over to Alexandria. And they send it out to neutral zone. Velasco to Lick. Lick over to Norris. Passes behind him. Featherston, Norris, Roush with Potman and lead. Featherston wins the face-off over to Roush. Roush tied up. Alexandria comes away with the puck. They're going to have a breakaway here. Potman racing back. Shot is high and wide. Rebound pops out, picked up by Norris. Norris out across the blue line. Bumped off the puck. Manages to get it to Roush. Roush on the right side. Cuts down behind the net. Tied up in the left corner. Pops out. Stolen away by Featherston. Poked off his stick. And Alexandria heads back the other way. Across the blue line up the middle. And deflected up into the netting for a whistle. Books Henson with Hoff and Reed. Face off in the Brainerd zone. Bloom wins the face off. Hoff behind the Brainerd net. Looking for a play. Sends it back over to Reed. Reed chips it out center ice to Henson. Henson puts it across the blue line. Henson in the corner. Loses the puck, not able to get a stick on it. Bloom there to help. 3 Alexandria players on him, and they come away with the puck. Alexandria cut off at the blue line. Puck trickles into the Brainerd zone. Shot from the right-hand circle. Nice save by Weingarten. Hoff back the other way. In on the right side. Nice pass over to Books. Not able to get his stick on it. Books picks up the loose puck, sends out the middle to Henson. Henson shot. Pad save, rebound, shot by Books goes wide. Bloom down behind the net, battling for the puck. And Alexandria clears it out. Alexandria on the right side, deep pass Reed, and then checked down by Hoff. Face off back in the Brainerd zone. Larry Gakin out now with Velasco and Lee. Looks like Lick in the face-off. Alexandria wins a face-off back to the lefty. Shot hits traffic, ends up in the right corner. Lee picks it up. Sends it back the other way. Nobody there. Velasco races over to get it. But Velasco off the boards pops up and out of play. Face off. Brainerd right wing circle again. Lick. Won by Alexandria again. They dump it down low. Lee sends it behind the net. Velasco carries it out through the neutral zone. In on the right side. Down low. Velasco look. Pass up front. Stopped by the goalie and covered. Off his stick in the corner. Leary there to Lick. Lick tied up on the wall. Lick still battling. Alexandria comes away with it. Down low in their own zone. To Leary. Leary up front. Spin, shoots. And it's saved by the Alexandria goalie. Lick is knocked down. Lick on the face-off. Alexandria wins the face-off. Lick steals it. Cuts towards the slot. Puts off the stick. Aitken slaps the loose puck. Lick with a shot that goes just wide. Puck out front. Aitken with a shot. It's whistled. I think the ref thought the net was off. Oh, maybe it was off. 9:43 left in the second period. Still no score. Lick to Leary. Leary tied up on the wall. Lick picks it up. Spins towards the slot. Cut off and this puck stolen away. Alexandria in on the right side, drop pass, poked off his stick by Hoff, and Hoff sends it out to neutral zone. Alexandria with it, puts it down in their own zone. Lick with his stick, tips it and dumps it back in. Alexandria sends it down ice. Off back to retrieve it. Off. Drops it for Potvin behind the net. Up the wall. Norris flicks out to neutral zone. Alexandria out of their own zone. Still pressure by Brainerd, but Alexandria finally gets it out to a red line. Checked off the puck by Norris. Comes out back in by Roush. Roush pressure on the check. And now Roush is going to get a roughing penalty. Delayed hit there. Penalty coming up on a Brainerd. Roush going to the box for all that interference. Should be roughing, I guess. Brainerd on penalty kill for 2 minutes. 8:24 left in the second. Featherston, Bloom with Lee and Potvin. Featherston wins a face-off to Potvin. Potvin sends it over to the near corner for Bloom. Bloom throws it out to neutral zone. Battered down, but makes it out across the blue line. Alexandria heads in on the right side. Drop pass. Back to the right D. Over to the left D. To the right side. Down low. Down through the slot, deflected behind the net. Sent through the crease and ends up on the left side. Pulled out to the blue line, kept in by Alexandria. Bloom gets something on it and sends it out. What do we got here? another penalty coming up on Brainerd as Featherston goes to the box for cross-checking. 5-on-3. Got a minute 16 left in the first penalty for Brainerd. Leary, Potvin, and Lee out. Leary's going to take the face-off. Leary over to Potvin. Potvin tied up in the corner. Alexandria sends it out to the point. Through the crease. Chipped by Leary up into the netting. Brainerd line change. We have Norris, Velasco, and Hoff out now. 48 seconds left in the first penalty for Brainerd. Alexandria wins that face off. Over left D. For a shot covered by 'Alexandria player protesting to the ref, didn't like Velasco covering him, but Alexandria down low, foul wall, over the left D, over the right side, shot off the post, pops out, and cleared out by Norris. Icy. They clear it out. "20 seconds left in the first penalty. Lick Norris Potvin now. Alexandria wins the face-off. Nice poke by Lick. That play, didn't quite make it out across the blue line. Shot blocked by Potvin. Leary out now, so Brainerd 4-on-5 for 35 seconds. Out to the point, no shot. Potvin, another block by Potvin. Down low, up to the right wing, another block by Potvin. Puck bounces out to the crease, Potvin with a stick on it, sends it out to neutral zone. That's going to be the end of the power play for Alexandria. And Featherston comes out of the box, Gakin out to sub. Great penalty kill by the boys. Alexandria shot blocked by Lick. Out to the point, Gakin pressures, they got to dump it in deep. Comes over to Lee. Lee sends it up the boards. Leary out to the neutral zone. Puck ends up on goal. Alexandria sweeps it out to the neutral zone. Cherry picker on the blue line, but pass is deflected on goal. Aaron Van Weinberg covers it for a whistle. 5:01 left in the second period. No score. Bloom books Henson. Reed and Velasco out on D. Alexandria tied up in the corner by Books. Henson comes away with it to Velasco. Velasco carries it in across the blue line. Got Books out front. Not able to get the pass off. Poked off his stick. Velasco gets it back. Up to Bloom up high. Bloom shot. Save. Rebound pops out front. Bloom tips it to the side. Henson and Bloom battling in the wall. And Velasco dumps it in deep as it comes out to him. Reed to Henson. Henson dangles. Knocked off the puck. Henson in the corner. Bloom behind the net. To Books. Books sweeps it. Tries to get it to Reed. Loose puck. Books turns towards the net. He's checked off the puck. Back out to the point. Books tying him up. Henson and to Reed across the blue line. Alexandria finally gets it across, but Bloom dumps it back in. Henson pressuring, and Alexandria shoots it down ice for an icing. 3:43 left in the second. Brainerd with some good effort, offensively and defensively so far. Featherston, Roush, Norris with Lee and Hoff. Featherston on the face-off. Alexandria wins, but nobody there. Featherston picks it up. Sends it up the wall to Lee. Lee sends it back, but it's intercepted. Checked off the puck by Featherston. Alexandria still with the puck. Tipped. They finally get it out to neutral zone and dump it in deep in the Brainerd zone. Send it up the wall. Kept in. Shot on goal deflected and ends up in the right corner. Sent out to neutral zone by Norris for Featherston. Featherston in on the right side. Tries to get through the skates of the defender, but shuts down. Look in the neutral zone. Sent in by Norris, but Featherston still offsides. Leary, Aiken, and Lick now. Both Reed and Potvin. Lick on the face-off. Alexandria wins it. Center ice, Alexandria dumps it in on goal. Kept by Van Weinberg for a whistle. .245 left in the second. Alexandria shot hits traffic. Swept out to neutral zone. Alexandria to the far side. Nobody there. Picked up by Gaken. Gaken tries to center it. Tipped. Turned over to Alexandria. He fumbled the puck coming out of zone. So it goes to Reed. Reed to Leary. Leary, center ice. Sends it up the wall to Gaken. Gaken across the blue line. Sends it across the zone. Reed to Lick. Lick shot. Saved and deflected into the corner. Lick and Leary battling on the wall. And Alexandria comes away with it. Lick checked down behind the scenes and fans protesting. Puck dumped in. Lick races after it. Henson out front. Lick not able to get to it in time. Alexandria clears it out center ice. Velasco sends it back in. Henson not able to get out in time. Offsides. Bloom, Books, Henson with Lee and Velasco. Bloom on the face-off. Books Books dumps it in. Alexandria sends it up the near wall, kept in by Lee. Kicked back out and down ice. Gonna end up on goal. Blasco picks it up. Pumps it back over to Lee. Picked up by Hinson, tips it out to Bloom, but it's intercepted by Alexandria. They carry it all the way out of zone. In the neutral zone, Hinson tips it forward, turns it over to Alexandria. Lee across the neutral zone to Books. Books dumps it in. Bloom ties it up on the wall, comes away with it, but he gets tied up and passed right out front to Norris. Norris's shot is deflected. Norris with a check. Roush with a check. Featherston down low with the puck, trying to get it to Books. Books back to Featherston. Featherston spins towards the slot. Roush. Featherston with the shot deflected wide. Roush and Featherston battling down low. And Alexandria clears it out to neutral zone. That's a buzzer in the second period. See you back in 15 minutes. Start of the third period, Brainerd BM AA versus Alexandria at the VFW Tournament. Shot on goal right away by Velasco. No score to the game yet. Pretty tough battle so far. Roush. Norris with a hit. Alexandria skates it out across the blue line. Back in the neutral zone. Hit by Norris. Knocks him off the puck. Turned over to Brainerd. Velasco. Out to the neutral zone. There's the puck. Took down ice. Velasco pressuring down low. Picked up by Books. Knocked off the puck center ice. Turned over to Alexandria. Alexandria up the wall. Lee stopped him short of the blue line. Henson cuts towards the middle. Shot just wide. Loose behind the net. Bloom there, battling. Alexandria comes away with it. Out to neutral zone. Got Reed and Hoff back. Hoff angling him wide. Not able to do anything with the puck as Hoff ties him up. Out to the point. Slap shot. Nothing on it. Henson pokes it out to center ice, but he's tied up. Henson in the neutral zone pushes them deep into their zone. Cleared out to the red line. Alexandria cuts towards the middle. Saved by Van Weingren. Almost a breakaway there. Brainerd carries it in, but loses the puck back to Alexandria. They send it down ice. Potvin races after it. Potvin up the middle to Gakin. Gakin dangles past the player in on the right side. Lick coming up the middle, past the Lick, puck loose through the slot. Potvin shot, save into the corner. And Alexandria sends it all the way down ice for icing. Good scoring opportunities there for Brainerd. Featherston with Norris and Roush. Potvin and Velasco back on D. Norris to Potvin. Potvin walks down the wall on low. Sends it to the slot. Roush with a shot. Stick save. Norris keeps it in. Sends it down low to Featherston. Roush not able to keep it in. Pulls the puck out to neutral zone. Potvin up to Norris, gets it in. Deep into the Alexandria zone. Alexandria spins off a Roush. Featherston ties him up in the neutral zone. And loose puck chipped in deep into the Brainerd zone. Velasco back for it. Velasco poked off his stick. Wants to spin back. Pass to the slot, picked up by Lee, and he sends it out to neutral zone. Alexandria up the neutral zone, tipped off the stick, picked up by Lee. Lee drops it to Velasco. Velasco back over to Lee. Lee to Velasco. Velasco out to neutral zone. Deacon not able to get a stick on it. And here comes Alexandria up the middle, shot up high over the net, ends up on the far wall, the Brainerd zone. Alexandria on the wall, poke check by Lee. Back up by Alexandria. Walking the line, Lick pressuring him. Lick gets it across the blue line, the gate controlling. Takes it down ice into the Alexandria zone. Brainerd goes off for a line change. Henson at the blue line. Off and was a wide shot on goal. And rebound covered by Van Weingren. 10:51 left. Bloom on the face-off. to Reed. Reed over to Brooks. Brooks tries to center to Henson, but it's tipped away. Ends up down deep in the Alexandria zone. Henson ties him up. Picked up by Reed. Reed sends it out. By Bloom. Bloom center ice. Up the middle. Shot just inside the blue line. Glove save by Alexandria. Good shot from Nathan Bloom. Bloom on the face-off. Kicks it to Henson. Taken away by Alexandria. Send it up the wall and out to neutral zone. Chipped by Hoff. Henson checked down. Henson with the puck. Dumps it in. Alexandria back the other way. Alexandria dumps it off the glass deep into the Brainerd zone. Hoff backhands it up the near side wall. Alexandria keeps it in. Featherston intercepts. Carries it out to neutral zone. Off the wall to Norris. Norris in on the left side. Spins off a defender. Reed bounces off his stick and picked up by Alexandria. In on the left side. Cut off by Reed to Featherston. Featherston dangles past the defender. Featherston still with the puck down low. Loses control, out to Potman. Potman shot, save. Norris in the corner. Alexandria sends it up the wall. Alexandria on the right side. They stop short inside the blue line. Tied up by Norris. Goes out across the blue line. Picked up off the wall by Alexandria. Leary poked off his stick. Potman with the poke check. Lick tied him off in the neutral zone. Forces them deep into their own zone. Stands on a pass through the pressure from Lick. Out to Gakin. Gakin centers it to Lick. Lick tries to backhand it to Leary, but Foley got a stick on it. And Alexandria sends it all the way down ice. It should be a nice thing. Yep. 8:28 left in the third. No score. Lick, Gakin, Leary with Hoff and Lee. Lick on the face-off. Down low, loses his stick. Leary races in after it. Leary tied up on the wall. Kicked the puck free. Gakin there with him, but Alexandria, Leary intercepts. Then loses the puck. Alexandria manages to chip it out. Gakin sends it back down deep. Leary on the wall with a check. What is this penalty going to be? Leary. No? I don't know why they whistled that. What's that whistle for? Face off just outside the Alexandria zone. Bloom, Books and Henson. Hoff and Lee. Alexandria wins the face-off. Pushing down low. Bloom races for it. Not able to keep it in. Dumps it in deep. Henson still just offsides. Face-off back out to neutral zone. Just outside the Alexandria zone. Over on the right side. Bloom again on the face-off. Bloom wins it over to the wall. Alexandria dumps it to their D. Out to neutral zone. This pass ends up down in the Brainerd zone. Hoff to Lee. Henson pokes it forward for Hoff behind the net. Hoff has to spin off a defender. Lee picks it up. Lee, the books. To Hoff. Hoff to Henson. Henson to Bloom. Bloom to Henson. Oh. Tipped off his stick with Hoff. Not able to get anything on it. Lee. Back to Hoff. Hoff in across the blue line to Bloom up the middle. Bloom shot. Blocker save. Rebound in the right corner. Alexandria clears it out. Alexandria up the middle, tied up, poke check. Bloom dumps it into the Alexandria zone. Roush races in to pressure them with Norris. Featherston picks it up off the wall. Off of the defender. Featherston with a look, shot, saved and covered by the Alexandria goalie for a whistle. Featherston on the face-off. Norris and Roush with Reed and Velasco. Up out to Velasco. Velasco walks down the wall. Pass to Roush. Perfectly placed pass by Velasco and Roush in the right position for a nice one-timer. Brainerd on the board. 1-0 with 6:33 left in the game. Yeah. Featherston on the face-off to Norris. Norris poked off his stick into the Alexandria zone. Norris with the check. Alexandria sends it up the far wall. Comes out to Velasco, center ice. To Featherston. Featherston in, up the middle. Spins. Passes to Norris. Norris drops to Velasco. Velasco shot. High and wide. Comes up the near side wall. Alexandria pushes it out. Stopped by Reed. Reed to Velasco. Velasco to Featherston. This pass ends up deep into the Alexandria zone. I'm calling that an icing. 6 minutes left on the clock. Lick, Leary, Gakin, Potman, and Lee. Lick thrown off the face-off. Leary wins the face-off. Sends it off the wall. Leary up the middle. Lick tipped off his stick. Turned over to Alexandria. Alexandria out to neutral zone. Lee pushes him to the outside. Lee still chasing. Alexandria still the puck. They send it to the far side wall. Up down to the corner. Lee stops him. Lee and Poppin digging it up against the wall. Lee comes away with it. For a second. Lee kicks it forward to Lick. Lick. Out to neutral zone. Alexandria has to reset. Gakin pressuring. Alexandria back in on the right side. Potvin there. Potvin angles him wide. Cuts him off. They spin away from him. Cut up the middle. Spin. Shot. Deflected wide. Lee and Henson on the far wall. Henson seals it away. Pokes it out across the blue line. Come on. That's interference. Henson up the middle. Shot. On goal. Saved. Goalie. Bloom on the faceoff. Hooks and Henson, Velasco, and Hoff on D. Draw. Bloom pushes it out across the goal line, ties him up in the corner. Henson stripped down. That's a trip! And Alexandria comes away with it. Alexandria up the middle. And on the right side, dropped. Shot blocked by Velasco. Velasco down low with Bloom. Alexandria. 4:23 on the clock. Alexandria with the puck out to their right D, not able to keep it in. Brooks races after it, ends up all the way down ice. Goalie sweeps it up the wall. Bloom just tips in across the blue line before Brooks is able to get out. So Brainerd offsides. Featherston on the face-off. Norris with Roush, Potvin, and Reed on D. Alexandria comes away with the puck. They circle back into their zone. Pass out to neutral zone. Reed puts up the loose puck, sends it up the wall, back out to neutral zone. Here comes Roush. Roush in on the right side. Angles down low. Circles behind the net. Out to Potvin at the point. Potvin, shot. Ooh. Nice shot. Norris sends it back, nobody's there, turns it over to Alexandria. Alexandria tied up on the wall by Roush. Roush and Featherston digging at it. Alexandria sends it to the far corner and out to neutral zone. Picked up by Reed. Reed spins off a defender in on the left side. Cut off the puck, center zone. Alexandria with the puck now. Out to neutral zone at the red line. Norris with a check. Alexandria pushed back into their own zone again. Leary races in. Up the wall. Tipped forward by Alexandria into the neutral zone. They're cut off again. Leary knocks him off the puck. Velasco up the middle to Lick. Lick cuts towards the center and gets a skate. Leary picks up the loose puck. Leary on the wall. Loses it in the left corner. Circling, sends it on goal. Stick save. Ends up on the grass in the right corner. Lee kicks it in. Taking with a shot. Leary tips it over to the far wall. Alexandria with the puck. Alexandria cut off by Lick at the red line. Loose puck picked up by Leary. Leary dumps it to Velasco in the Brainerd zone. Velasco center ice to Gakin. Gakin up the middle. Gakin shot. Glove save. Held for a whistle.
This is like our second game yesterday. I mean, 1-0. Slow motion.
Bloom books Henson with Reed and Hoff. Face off in the Alexandria left wing circle. Bloom over to Gakin, or to Books. Reed walks down the line, poked off his stick, and Alexandria comes away with it. Alexandria down ice, and on the right side past Books, cuts towards the crease, and poked away. Hoff and Reed battling for it. Pops out to the D. Henson steps up, and puck swept out by Brooks and down ice. That's going to be an icing on Brainerd. Looks like Alexandria timeout. Consider pulling their goalie, I imagine. Face-off will be in the Brainerd zone. Alexandria pulls their goalie for the extra skater. Minute 33 left in the game. Brainerd up by 1. Featherson on the face-off. Alexandria wins it back to their D. He dumped it down the left side wall. Shot hits traffic. Poppin with another block. Out to the left D. Shot blocked by Potvin again. Shot on goal just wide by Norris as he sweeps it down ice. Potvin gonna need some new pads after this game. 1:16 on the clock. Featherson again on the face-off in the Brainerd zone, left wing circle. Featherson, it's a draw, pops out to the left D, sends it down the wall. Back out to the left D, back down low. Oh, hits the post, batted away. Shot on goal, loose out front, pops all the way out across the blue line. 54 seconds. Roush, this shot's wide and open net. And that's an icing on Brainerd.
You had all the time in the world.
Yeah. At least walk across the red line.
Just skate 2 strides and you're over the red
Yeah.
line. It doesn't matter if you miss the net.
Lick on the face-off. 45 seconds on the clock. Open net still at the other end. And Alexandria has to dump it. Tied up by Velasco in the corner. Slide. Velasco with the puck. Up to Leary. Leary. Shot. Scores. In case you didn't figure it out, it's Matt Larry's birthday.
45 seconds, boys.
Back to 5-on-5. Alexandria put their goalie back in the net for the last 21 seconds. Lee with the puck down low in the Brainerd zone. Up the wall to Henson. Reed pokes it forward. Henson knocked down in the neutral zone. That should have been interference. Alexandria on the right side. Stop at the top of the right wing circle. And send it across the zone.